This is Nightline.
Tonight, Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback, talking victory at Disney World today.
I'm just a ton of gratitude and I'm truly blessed.
Kendrick Lamar's triumphant halftime show with all the under-the-radar you might have missed.
They tell me Chubb the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose down.
Catching up with the Pulitzer Prize winner's 7th grade teacher.
Don't dumb those lyrics down. Bring your lyrics out and let people learn up.
And which of those amazing commercials did you love or hate? Plus, the big coin con.
They call me Scam Goddess.
She's on the hunt, putting fraudsters on the spot.
You can't believe what you see.
How one couple scammed unsuspecting victims out of $30 million.
There's some wild moments that happen that we absolutely did not expect.
The warning signs she says you should look out for.
And if something doesn't feel right, run for the hills.
And why Cadet Kelly actor Christy Carlson Romano says she feels grateful to be alive. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the internet is on fire with Super Bowl takeaways, Easter egg hunts, and inside track notes on the Eagles' decisive shutdown of the Chiefs' dreams of a Super Bowl three-peat. Fresh off winning MVP at the Super Bowl, 26-year-old Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts celebrating his massive victory at Walt Disney World today and talking with our own Will Reeve.
At what point in the game did you allow yourself to think, I'm a Super Bowl champ?
Honestly, going into the locker room and seeing my teammates celebrating, that's when it hit. I'm just a ton of gratitude and I'm truly blessed.
I don't know if Jalen Hurts needed any new fans, but he definitely has a bunch of new fans now.
Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
The Philadelphia Eagles, the newly crowned NFL champs after crushing the Kansas City Chiefs at Super Bowl 59.
I don't think many people expected this level of domination. It was honestly quite shocking to see.
Fans packing the streets of Philly last night to celebrate. It was a star-studded night. Commercials starring David Beckham and Matt Damon for Stella Artois, and Ben Affleck reprising his role as the Dunkin' for Dunkin' Donuts, along with brother Casey Affleck. And on the sidelines, a slew of celebrities also taking center stage at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Kendrick Lamar rapping about his ongoing dispute with singer Drake and a legal battle involving their shared record label, performing songs including his Grammy-winning diss track, Not Like Us, in the halftime show.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to Cell Block 1.
You had not decided that there was a flawless victory winner before the Super Bowl. It's decided now. And it's Kendrick Lamar.
Taylor Swift in the stands cheering on boyfriend Travis Kelce. Even President Donald Trump was there, marking the first time a sitting U.S. president had attended the game. The kickoff to football's biggest night started with an emotional tribute to the New Year's Day terrorist attack victims. Lady Gaga performing Hold My Hand. With a 40-22 win, the Eagles shut down the Chiefs, preventing the three-peat.
The story of this game was the Eagles' defense completely taking over the football game, dominating at the line of scrimmage, and forcing one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the sport, Patrick Mahomes, to have arguably the worst game of his career.
Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes sacked by Philly's defense.
He is sacked! Sacked again!
Multiple times.
16, Mahomes.
And this pass.
Looking, firing, intercepted!
By Eagles rookie Cooper DeJean for a Super Bowl touchdown on his 22nd birthday.
How many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes flee the pocket and then miraculously, pull off a deep throw? Not the case here. DeJean read him the entire way. And I thought that was representative of this Eagles defense as a whole. So well coached, so talented, and ultimately triumphant.
The Chiefs with 0 points going into halftime and Eagles up by 24. That Apple Music halftime show still sparking conversation.
They not like us. No. They not like us. No.
Everyone is talking about it, even if they didn't understand what they saw.
Kendrick Lamar making history as the first solo hip-hop artist to headline the Super Bowl. But he had a little help with frequent collaborators SZA, joining him for Luther and All the Stars. Kendrick's performance seemingly coated with messages and Easter eggs.
We saw Black dancers dressed in red, white, and blue, and at one point formulating the American flag. And at one point, the way that their bodies were positioned, it felt like we were supposed to have this understanding that Kendrick was talking about the country being built on the backs of Black people.
Actor Samuel L. Jackson showing up.
Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto.
He appeared on stage with Kendrick dressed as Uncle Sam and appeared to kind of be like his conscience talking to Kendrick, telling him to just play the game, telling him to not go against the grain and not do the performance arts that he ultimately did on the Super Bowl stage.
And another surprise guest, Serena Williams, who allegedly dated Drake, dancing on stage.
Serena Williams was the cherry on top for Kendrick's performance.
Tennis superstar Williams from Compton, California, just like Kendrick. In an interview with Rick Rubin for GQ magazine, Kendrick recalling how the skills he learned in school there are still with him in his music.
Do you know the message you're trying to get across before?
Oh, yeah.
So you always know that in advance?
Definitely.
Okay.
That nature comes from the skills of loving to write in school and knowing how to engage the listener and knowing where I'm going to land it.
And that's when the teachers are going to smile like, I didn't know you would know the difference. Who's your English teacher? Mr. Who? That's what I'm talking about.
Regis Inge, or Mr. Inge, as his students know him at Compton Early College High School, is not surprised by his former pupil's success. My colleague Megan Wright recently sat down with him.
We know him as Kendrick Lamar. Who do you know him as?
Kendrick Duckworth, the quiet kid. Taught Kendrick in the 7th grade English class. And today, I look at a man. I don't look at him as the mega superstar that he is. I look at him, what I'm most happy is about, Kendrick loves his family. Kendrick likes to stay home and be with his children, stays out the limelight, doesn't want the negativity, keeps his circle small.
Kendrick is engaged to his high school sweetheart, Whitney Alford. They have 2 kids. Kendrick went to this middle school where Regis taught him 7th grade English.
I'm gonna introduce the conflict. One day, everything changed. Now, I did not tell you exactly what the conflict is.
It has to be a full circle moment for you to talk about, Kendrick in class doing poetry to his chosen profession.
So, when it came to Kendrick, when he would bring me his essays, I'd say, Kendrick, now go over there to the bookshelf, grab a thesaurus. Every one of these words that I circled, I want you to go find a word that means the same, of course, and I want you to use that, and then you start saying the words so you can add that to your vocabulary. Poetry is nothing but hip-hop without the music. That turned on the light.
A virtuosic song collection, unified by its vernacular authenticity. Congratulations, Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick winning the Pulitzer Prize in Music in 2018 for his widely acclaimed album, Damn. He became the first rapper to win that prestigious award.
When he dropped his debut album, he called you, right? What was that conversation like?
I said, don't dumb your lyrics down. Just because people are like, man, I don't understand what Kendrick is talking about. Don't dumb those lyrics down. Bring your lyrics out and let people learn up.
Kendrick no doubt wowed the crowd, but the night really belonged to Jalen Hurts.
He was remarkable in the Super Bowl, and to play your best games in the most important moments, that is career-defining, certainly.
You can catch much more of Jalen Hurts on GMA in the morning. When we return, the scam goddess drills down on a couple who duped customers of tens of millions, and the surprising reason she says we should all try to channel our inner con artist. And welcome back. Gold and silver, the ultimate treasures of value and wealth worldwide. But what happens when $30 million of it goes missing? We're with Laci Mosley, the scam goddess herself, who goes inside the coinspiracy of the cash grab. Here's Ashan Singh.
Cons, frauds, deceits.
There's so many different ways to scam.
Actress, comedian, and podcaster Laci Mosley is investigating it all on Hulu's new series, Scam Goddess.
They call me Scam Goddess.
And after joining Nightline for the show's launch,
I mean, theater comes into play with scammers. They're performing. They're putting on a show 24/7.
she's back and giving us a special sneak preview on this week's episode. And the scammers hoping to make their pockets jingle with some coins.
See what we can learn about some coins.
And to find out how Ross and Diane ran a business that seemed more about swiping $30 million than about making coins.
Having your own show in your own space, what's it been like to you?
People think that I want to exploit scams or I love scammers. That's never been the case. Like, I want to protect people. And so talking to people who were brave enough to give me information and them reaching out again after seeing their episodes, it really warms my heart.
Laci first dipped her toes into TV back in 2014, acting and hosting in a variety of series, but shot to fame in 2019 with the launch of her podcast of the same name, Scam Goddess.
You are a scammer, Miranda. You're like, ooh, and today is hot, 89 degrees. Oh yeah, y'all gonna be parched.
She also published a Scam Goddess book in 2024 and is now in the midst of the first season of her Scam Goddess show.
You've got such a loyal following with the podcast. You call them your congregation. How have they responded to the show?
Oh, they love it. They especially love the wardrobe.
With Laci's signature comedic flair, Scam Goddess explores cons of past and present, from the bling bishop, Lamar Whitehead,
a scamming pastor was pimping the congregation,
to the tech swindler, Kyle Sandler.
What was the moment where you realized you felt like you were going to get away with it?
The fame and the money to me was like a drug.
It's been really fun to just like kind of poke fun at these people who are so unserious. But then there are moments where you're sitting down with someone who's had their heart completely broken by someone taking advantage of them. And it's a duality that I think we managed really well.
I'm driving the boat. Auburn, here we come.
In the upcoming episode, the Scam Goddess herself takes us to Washington State for a deep dive into a crazy coin conspiracy.
There's some wild moments that happen that we absolutely did not expect. Also, it's complicated and something different that I have never encountered, and I don't think most people have.
You take a trip to Auburn, Washington, and you uncover this scam from this Bonnie and Clyde-like couple, Ross Hansen and Diane Erdman. What stood out to you?
It was very hard to figure out. All the other scams have been a little easier. We kind of knew where to look. What stood out to me about that episode is that it is kind of a hunt.
Ross Hansen and Diane Erdman ran Northwest Territorial Mint, a bullion business that sold precious metals like gold and silver coins. The only catch? The business turned out to be bogus. The couple running a Ponzi-like scheme, defrauding thousands of customers out of more than $30 million. Laci sitting down with key characters, piecing together the scheme.
Jay Young, former CFO at Northwest Territorial Mint, saw it all go down. If there's anyone who can help connect the dots, it's him.
We have been getting so many complaints from customers about gold and silver shipments being delayed that I thought there's got to be something here. Why are we not shipping this out?
I got lucky with the people that we sat down with. This one is complicated. It took a lot of work to deconstruct, and I think that's really necessary for people who might be susceptible to scams, because if you're a really high intelligent person, you might meet a scammer who has your bait that will just throw a lot of complicated things in to the point where you can't dissect them.
Hansen and Erdman were eventually convicted on more than a dozen counts of fraud. Hansen sentenced to 11 years in federal prison, and Erdman to 5.
Did any part of you, as you were going through this scam, be like, yeah, of course this happened to y'all. Y'all gave all your gold to this person?
No, because I understood why.
You understood.
That was the trend of the time, and everyone's always looking for financial protection. Don't nobody want to be down bad when the economy sinks. Y'all just let this man put it in the vault and didn't ask him if he actually had it.
Lacey says all too often, scammers use their power and position to manipulate victims, and cautions our audience to stay vigilant.
It seems like a lot of scams like this, these are people that we're supposed to trust. How do we navigate that?
Authority is still something that really galvanizes people. So when authority comes in, you hope that authority is just there to help. That's just simply not always the case. You can't believe what you see. You have to believe what you feel. And if something doesn't feel right, run for the hills.
What can people learn from scams? And what have you learned from scams?
Take on the confidence of these people. You can walk into a room that you don't feel like you belong in. You can do something that you're scared about. You can just take the confidence of these people. So go do it. Go have some confidence.
Our thanks to Ashin. Scam Goddess airs on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on Freeform and streams the next day on Hulu. When we come back, Cadet Kelly actress Christy Carlson Romano saying she feels grateful to be alive after being shot in the face. And finally tonight, former Disney Channel star Christy Carlson Romano's close call. Millions know her for Even Stevens.
I will have fun when I'm Service Volunteer of the Month.
And the voice of Kim Possible.
So what's the sitch? Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me.
Recovering now after being shot in the face while shooting clay pigeons with her husband on his birthday, posting her injuries.
I got shot here. It is still inside. There's a fragment there. There's a fragment here.
Including a wound to her face, saying another group fired in the wrong direction, and she is grateful to be alive. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.